A mother loses her son in a war the president ordered. A village is bombed to prevent a larger conflict. Thousands lose jobs so millions can eat. These are not tragedies of evil men. They're the daily math of power. The most effective leaders in history were not the kindest. They were the ones who could feel everything and still choose nothing but the mission. There are three brutal truths about power that no history book warns you about. The same truths that separate leaders who change the world from those who were simply remembered as good people. Chapter 1. Empathy is a luxury power cannot afford. Abraham Lincoln wept privately for every soldier who died in the Civil War. He also kept sending them to die, because he understood something most people never will. Compassion felt in private and compassion acted on in public are two completely different weapons. Psychologist Paul Bloom calls this the problem with empathy. When leaders make decisions based on the person in front of them, they betray the millions they cannot see. Empathy narrows the lens. Power requires a wide one. Franklin Roosevelt froze wages, rationed food, and sent 110,000 Japanese Americans to internment camps. History judges him a great president because the alternative, doing nothing, would have cost more. Heartlessness in power is not the absence of feeling. It is the discipline to act against your feelings when the stakes demand it. Chapter 2. Every decision has a body count. There is no such thing as a safe choice at the top. Every decision a president makes kills someone. The question is never whether people will suffer. The question is how many and which ones. Game theorist Thomas Schelling called this the statistics of death versus the identifiable victim effect. We feel nothing for 1,000,000 hypothetical lives. We feel everything for one face we can name. Presidents who govern by the face destroy the million. Winston Churchill diverted food supplies from Bengal during World War II. Millions died. Churchill called it a strategic necessity. Historians still argue whether he was right, but he made the call, because not making it had a cost too. The burden of the presidency is not power, it is arithmetic, cold, unavoidable arithmetic. Chapter 3. Weakness at the top kills more than strength. Neville Chamberlain was a good man. He believed in peace. He shook Hitler's hand and signed a paper and thought he had saved Europe. He had not. His kindness gave evil more time. Political scientist Barbara Kellerman studied decades of leadership failures. She found one pattern above everything else. Leaders who prioritized being liked over being effective consistently produced the worst outcomes for the most people. A president who cannot say no to an ally, a general, a crowd, or their own conscience is not a leader. They are a passenger in the seat of power. The hardest thing about leading a nation is not the enemies outside the borders. It is the version of yourself that wants to be loved. Abraham Lincoln said it plainly. He could not afford to be a good man and a good president at the same time, so he chose president. The question is not whether power requires heartlessness. It does. The question is whether the person holding it is strong enough to bear that weight, or whether they will crack and let their humanity cost everyone else theirs.